Hello and welcome, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. We are doing the week of the 14th to the 20th of August 2023. I have chosen tarot decks and an oracle deck this week that are going to help us just to turn inward a little bit. The focus is going to be on self-love this week. I have this oracle deck is a new one to my collection. It's called the I'm Here Oracle, and it is just beautiful. A self-care emotional deck that just is fabulous. I paired it with the Happy Tarot because it's the Happy Tarot. Um, but I thought we've got clouds in the background, we've got cute imagery, but both of them are very gentle, nurturing, loving decks. And that's why I have connected these two together this week. So let's start with the oracle. And the way that we're going to do it this week is we're going to lay out all the cards face down first, and then we will turn the cards over and see what messages come through. So as I shuffle the I'm Here Oracle for Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn, we are looking at the week of the 14th to the 20th of August 2023. And we're asking for the theme, we're asking for the clarity around the week ahead. What are we going to be focusing on, and where do we need self-love? What part of ourselves do we need to connect with emotionally, and what do we need to be focusing on for this week? Right, I'm just going to cut the deck randomly and take a card off the top. The colors are going to go weird on camera now when I bring this one over. Sorry, I apologize. It'll come right in literally a second. Okay, now I want to start shuffling the Happy Tarot, and as I shuffle the Happy Tarot, where again we're asking for clarity, we're asking for inspiration, we're asking for motivation around whatever it is that all earth signs need to be dealing with for this week ahead, for the week of the 14th to the 20th of August. We're looking for inspiration for earth signs, please. Okay, happy with that shuffle. Let's cut the deck and let's lay out 4 cards. Again, the colors will come right in a second as soon as the cards are all laid out, and as soon as, oopsie, I move this one out of the way. There we go. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. Right, so let's get straight into it, earth signs, turning over our I Am Here Oracle, and let's see what is our theme for the week ahead. We have open, and at the bottom here it says opening up and being vulnerable can be hard, but it can lead to so much growth and connection. So we have the card of open. I love the orange colors. You know, we're looking at when we are open like that. When we are open, there is no judgment, there is no expectation, therefore there can be no loss, there can be no disappointment, there can be no hurt and suffering. When you are open without judgment, and that is the trick, that is the hardest part, is about being open with no judgment. But when you are open and vulnerable, because like, let's be honest, especially like here, you can see, and I'll just bring it back up so you can see his little heart there. So he's taken his arms away from the heart. So he is exposing his vulnerability. And by being open like that, you know, it leads to so much growth and connection. It is difficult because we're so used to being closed off. We're so used to self-preservation and protection that, you know, being open is difficult. Being open is really, but when you open ourselves, like I said, no expectations, no judgment, no any of that. When we just trust in what the universe has to offer, we'll be surprised as to what it brings. Let's see what the Happy Tarot wants to contribute to open. So the first card we have is the Death card. Of course, yes. We have to be open to whatever, be open to anything. And of course, nobody's dying. Like, let's just get that right out the bat. Yes, this is the Death card, but nobody and nothing is dying. That's not what the Death card signifies. The Death card signifies major change, but you have to be open to it. It's not going to happen if you're not open to it. If you're closed off and you're trying to control and you're trying to navigate and you're trying to hold on to, it's not going to manifest in the way that it needs to. This is about letting go. It is about just trusting that whatever will be, and that everything will be okay in the way that it needs to. The Death card is saying to you, go with the flow. Go with the flow. Just, and I know every time the Death card comes up, I give the analogy of caterpillar and butterfly, but it is just the best way to explain it. What we have here is that if you are, when the caterpillar goes into a cocoon and it dissolves, it doesn't dissolve thinking this is the end. It doesn't dissolve into a puddle of goo and goes like, oh, well, that's my life over and done with. it dissolves into a puddle of goo, which then comes together, and a miracle happens, magic happens, and all of a sudden it creates and emerges as a butterfly. But it's open to that. It doesn't go into the cocoon having the expectation. It goes into the cocoon thinking, I'm tired and I want to rest and I want to sleep. And it puts itself in a safe, comfortable place. And voila, miracles happen. And that's the death card. So the death card is saying to you, major changes happening around you right now. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, be open to it. Don't try and control it. Don't try and hold it. Have no expectations. Just go with the flow. Be open. Trust. And know that it's going to be fabulous. But the death card is also saying to you that everything has to shift. Everything has to change. We have to let go of preconceived notions. We have to let go of who we were and what we thought was important and valid. We have to let go of all of that in order to move forward in the way that we need to. You've got to be open. Let's have a look at our next tarot card. We have the Three of Swords. So we're continuing in the stream of suffering, in the stream of, oh my gosh, things are not working the way that they need to. Three of Swords is the card of suffering. So what is the suffering? The suffering is from not being open. The suffering is by not evolving and not changing. The suffering is coming through because we're so afraid to be vulnerable. Because vulnerability equals pain. Vulnerability equals disappointment. Vulnerability equals lack of control. And these are things that we all struggle with. So Earth signs, when we learn to let go, we will be able to heal and work through the pain and the suffering. We will be able to transmute the pain and the suffering. But if we're not open, we can't work through this. Let's look at the next one. Right, we have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is victory, success, happiness, and joy. But it's also acknowledgement and recognition. Okay? Acknowledgement and recognition. So, again, when you're open to the change, to heal the trauma, the pain from the current and the past, there will be success, there will be victory, there will be progress for you. Simple. Last card. We have the Ten of Wands. So, and I actually want to show you the artwork here because, I mean, it's so cute. He's walking on a mountain. He is carrying all this gorgeous candy, right? And you can see that it's a heavy burden. You can see that he's struggling, you know, and it's up and it's down and it's up and it's down and it's up and it's down all the time. The ten of Wands is the card of burden. It is the card of exhaustion. It is the card of, oh my gosh, I don't know how much more of this I can do. And looking at all the cards that we have here for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, I totally get that that's how you're feeling. I totally get that you feel as if every day is a struggle, a continuous, repetitive, ongoing struggle, and that sometimes you feel as if it's just never going to be okay. Like I'm never going to achieve, I'm never going to arrive, I'm never going to get to where I need to get to. And, you know, we start asking the questions of, is it worth it? You know, will I ever succeed? Will I ever be happy? Will I, all of that kind of emotions that comes through. So let's go back to open. Open says, opening up and being vulnerable can be hard, but it can also lead to so much growth and connection. When you let go of who you used to be, when you acknowledge the pain, the hurt, the suffering, the disappointment, the anger, the frustration, that's when celebration, success, victory, acknowledgement comes to play. And yes, it doesn't mean that when you suddenly have the acknowledgement, success, and victory, it doesn't mean that that's the end of the road, because you've still got a ways to go. And it will still be difficult because it's life, okay? It'll still be difficult, but if you're open, and if you acknowledge, and if you work through the change that is happening in your life right now, if you acknowledge that, you will also see that you are so close to achieving the goals that you've set out for yourself. This is the card of overwhelm. This is the card of, you know, exhaustion. This is the card of, I don't know if I can. But what we can't see is, this is his current hurdle, this little blob of ice cream. Can you see this little pink one starting over here? If we could expand the picture, we would actually see that that's his destination. So even though he looks like he's suffering, even though he looks like it's an impossible task, he is so close to arriving at his chosen destination, as you are. And when you arrive at your chosen destination, you can offload your burdens, and you can reevaluate and you can summarize and you can see exactly where you are. But to get there this week, you've got to be open to change, to letting go, to succeeding, to arriving at your goals. I think that's just fabulous. So Earth signs, this is the key for you. This is the key for you. Excuse my dogs barking if you can hear them in the background. This is the key for you, being open and being vulnerable and not being afraid of change and letting go. Don't be afraid of success because you're almost there. I am going to leave that right there for you because I think it is a fabulous message. Earth signs, sending you so much love and blessings, as always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.